Welcome back to the channel, Rider X Garage. If you've been waiting for a true mid-weight adventure bike that hits the sweet spot between off-road capability and long-distance comfort, the 2026 Honda XL750 Transalp might just be what you've been looking for. Today, we're taking a deep dive into this machine, every line, every component, and every rever to see how it holds up in a highly competitive segment. So buckle in, hit that like button if you're into bikes, and let's get into it. Right from the first glance, the XL750 Transalp makes a bold impression. The front design carries a familiar adventure bike silhouette, but with Honda's signature clean execution. The beak-style fender gives it that rugged look while offering practical protection against mud and debris. You'll notice the LED headlight cluster are compact, angular, and highly functional with daytime running lights that make the bike stand out in both urban and trail environments. Honda has managed to make the lighting look aggressive without overdoing it. There's also a short windscreen that's adjustable, and while it's not the tallest in the category, it does offer reasonable wind protection during highway rides. From the side, the bike's proportions look well balanced. The fuel tank is neatly integrated with sculpted panels that flow smoothly into the seat and subframe. The 17.7-liter tank offers a solid range without bulking out the bike, and it doesn't feel top-heavy. The XL750's frame is a lightweight steel diamond design, which contributes to its surprisingly nimble handling. You get a split-seater comfortably padded and it's positioned well for both rider and pillion. The seat height sits around 850 mm, giving you a commanding view without being too intimidating for average height riders. The side panels and engine guards add to that rugged adventure styling, and you can immediately tell this bike is designed for real-world use, not just showroom appeal. At the rear, the tail section is simple and functional. You've got a clean LED tail light integrated just under the rear rack. Speaking of the rack, it's solid enough to mount your luggage or even a top box, depending on your needs. The rear fender is raised high, leaving ample room for suspension travel and keeping that rear tire exposed for easy cleaning after muddy trails. There's a single exhaust on the right, nicely tucked up, so it's out of the way on rough terrain. All in all, from the back, its small form follows functional but still attractive in that minimalist, purpose-built way. Now let's talk about where this bike really earns its stripe as a performance. At the heart of the XL750 Transalp is a 755cc parallel twin engine derived from the Honda Hornet platform. It puts out around 90 horsepower and 75 Nm of torque, and the delivery is smooth, usable, and responsive throughout the rev range. Whether you're climbing steep trails or overtaking on the highway, the power band feels well calibrated. It's mated to a 6-speed gearbox with assist and slipper clutch, and shifts are buttery smooth and precise when you want them to be, forgiving when you're lazy. The throttle-by-wire system allows for selectable ride modes: standard, rain, sport, gravel, and U0, each adjusting throttle response, ABS, and traction control to match your riding environment. The suspension setup is equally competent. You get Showa 43mm SFF CATM USD forks up front with 200mm of travel, and a ProLink monoshock at the rear with 190mm. It's not full enduro spec, but it's more than capable for light to moderate off-road work. The suspension strikes a great balance between on-road comfort and trail ruggedness. You can ride it aggressively on twisty mountain roads or take it on a gravel adventure. It's composed either way. The front wheel is 21 inches, and the rear is 18 inches, wrapped in dual-purpose tires. Off-road riders will appreciate the tubed-spoked wheels, which add durability even if they're a bit more of a hassle to maintain. Braking is solid with twin 310mm front discs and a single 256mm rear. both with ABS. The system is strong and confidence-inspiring, especially when you're loaded up with gear. ABS can be turned off at the rear for off-road use, which is a must-have for any serious adverb rider. In terms of electronics, the Transalp gets a 5-inch TFT display, crisp, colorful, and readable even in direct sunlight. You can toggle ride modes, check trip data, and even connect your smartphone via Bluetooth for navigation and music. Fuel economy is pretty decent too. Honda claims around 23 km/L under mixed riding, which means you're looking at 400 km or more on a single tank if you ride sensibly. That's more than enough range for most weekend escapes or even longer expeditions. In practice, real-world figures hover closer to 21 km/L when you mix in off-road sections, which is still quite respectable. As for pricing, the 2026 XL750 Transalp remains a strong value proposition. In most markets, it's priced just under the bigger adventure bikes like the Africa Twin, while giving you much of the same versatility at a more accessible power level. Depending on where you are, you're looking at a starting price of around $10,000 to used $10,500. That gets you the standard model, and there are optional accessory packs: a touring, adventure, and urbana that add panniers, crash bars, heated grips, and more. The fully loaded version with all the extras might push closer to $12,500, but even then, you're getting a lot of bike for your money. So, is the 2026 Honda XL750 Transalp worth it? In our view, absolutely. Honda has revived the Transalp name with purpose and precision. It's a bike that feels just as comfortable on fire roads as it does in city traffic or long stretches of highway. For riders who want adventure capability without the bulk of a full-liter class bike, this checks almost every box. It's not trying to outgun the KTM 890 or out-luxury the GS 850A. It's carving its own space with reliability, balance, and just the right amount of edge. If you enjoyed this review, drop a comment below. Let us know what bike you'd like to see next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more honest, in-depth motorcycle content. Until next time, ride safe, and we'll see you on the road.